What's going on, everyone? I'm Ryan. Welcome to my channel. I consider myself a comic amateur, and what I mean by that is I really don't know anything about anything when it comes to comics. I got into them during COVID. Just like many, I found a hobby, and it just so happened to be comics, which was great. I really enjoy the art. The stories are great, but I just don't know anything about anything, and I'm perfectly fine, willing to admit that. And just want a full transparency from myself. I feel like that would help me be a little bit more confident in this channel. I'm not claiming to be an expert at all, and I'm willing to learn. That's the best part. So this is my new channel, my first video ever. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. So it was July 21st, New Comic Book Day. So it ended up being a bag day, and what I mean by bag day is I came out with a bag. So some days I come out with a box, some days I come out with a bag. Just so happened to be a light week for me, which is fine. It was a little bit easier on my wallet that way. So no tears for me, which is great. So just want to go through these. Like I said, I don't know anything about anything. I don't know a lot of artists. I don't know a lot of writers. I just enjoy the books, and I'm kind of on a journey, I guess, if you will. And if you're joining, you're on the journey with me, so that's great too. So what I got here, first one is Harrow County, Tales from Harrow County. And I'm gonna be quite honest, I really don't know what most of these are about. I just pick them up because I think they sound pretty cool. For the most part, I pretty much grab everything that looks interesting to me and I figure it out along the way. So this one sounded pretty interesting. I guess there was a show on this at some point. I'm willing to give this one a shot. It looks cool. It looks pretty trippy from the front, and see how that goes from there. A lot of times I end up grabbing number one and I don't end up grabbing number two. If I'm bored with the first one, I don't continue on. So I'm willing to give the first one a shot. This next one here, for me, is a must-have. I love Spawn. If you see any of my other stuff, I have a lot of Spawn books hanging up on the wall. Big fan of Spawn. I think the art's great. I do know Todd McFarlane. I really like his art. I enjoy his stories, so that's one person I do know. But this book, second print of number one, Spawn's Universe. Again, I had to grab it. Art's great. And then this next one, I think this one's on everybody's list. Moon Knight. And it just all depends on what cover you got. I got this black and white one. I think that one's dope. It was hard to choose though. I think all of them are great, and if I had an unlimited wallet, I would have grabbed them all. So Moon Knight there. This next one, I guess it was limited one per store when it first came out, white. And it was a $60 price tag at my LCS. I did not pick that up. I figured I'd just wait, and see how it went from there. But I saw this one and I grabbed it, give it a shot. Some I don't mind not getting the first print. Most of the time I do. I got into all this, started off as an investment, to be honest. I'm into stocks. I was looking for something else to kind of put my money into, and I stumbled upon comics. First I looked at art and figured art wasn't for me. I didn't really enjoy art, nor did I want to put forward the effort to learn about art. So I moved on quickly from that, and the next was comics. And as a kid, I started off collecting Pokemon cards, and so that kind of fell more into my range. I did a lot of video games, so comic books didn't seem too far from what I enjoyed as a kid. And everybody got into their nostalgic feelings during the whole COVID thing, and kind of went back. And now that we're grown adults with a lot of money, we're just kind of spending on the things that we enjoyed as kids. So I never got into comics as a kid. But what I was getting to is I got into these for an investment, and I just fell in love with reading the stories. I really enjoy the art, like I said. So that is majority of the reason why I buy a lot of books. if they're going to be worth, I know a lot of people spec and stuff like that. I do that as well, and I have some books here I'll show you that I've also picked up. But sometimes I don't mind buying the second print over the first print. White, there's only one in the store. It was $60 to me. I want to see what the story is about first, and if I enjoy the story, then maybe I could justify paying the $60. But for right now, I just want to give that a shot, see if I like it. This next one here, a new alien. This is alien number 5. I guess that's a new appearance there of a new alien. He looks pretty cool. Can't wait to give this one a read, see what that's all about as well. I do enjoy the aliens, all of them. That one's a good one there as well. This one I heard a lot of hype, Dark Blood. Again, I really don't know what it's about, to be honest with you, but I'm gonna give it a shot, see if I like it, go from there. This next one here, I don't know if you've ever watched the show, Trailer Park Boys, but it is a stupid kind of funny. It's so stupid that my wife will sit there and tell me, this is so stupid. And I have to agree with her, it is, but it just makes me laugh hysterically. So I'm going to give Trailer Park Boys here a shot. I was excited to get this one. I'm probably most excited to read this one and see how that goes. It's just funny. Next one here is Nottingham number 5. So this is the next one in the series. So far it's been great. I was able to grab number 1 early on. I don't know how the price is done since I bought it. It might have went up a little bit. But I was happy to get the book regardless at what price. Little did I know they were going to make so many prints after that. I probably would have waited, to be honest. I do like the story, but there was multiple prints and I would have felt okay paying a cheaper price and enjoying the story all the same. The story is really good. It's a dark Robin Hood, and it's just been enjoyable so far up to this point. I really like it. Next one here is Mom, Mother of Madness. Now this book's a little bit thicker than what I thought it was going to be. You know, most of them are not this thick when they come out, which is okay. I do enjoy to read those as long as it keeps me entertained through the whole book. If I find that I'm just kind of flipping through the pages because I'm not enticed with the story for the whole book, then it ends up kind of being a wash. But I'm excited about this. I know there's a lot of hype on this one too, so give this one a shot, see what it's about. All right, this next one, I haven't been reading Thor, but this is Thor annual number 1. I just feel like all the annual number 1s I have to grab. I know Flash is up there, and there's another one up there that I have to read yet, an annual number 1. But just for my collection, I like to get them for my collection, and that's just kind of it. If I don't get to them, that's okay. But Thor, I haven't been reading. I know some people have good things to say, some people have bad things to say. I just don't have any personal opinion on it whatsoever. And don't forget, I don't know anything about anything, so my opinion doesn't have much weight at this point. Hopefully in the future it does. Okay, this next one here, War of the Bounty Hunters, Jabba the Hutt, number 1. I know this is a new appearance of a new bounty hunter, so that's very exciting. I'm specking on that one a little bit. That's why I got it. But the Star Wars series has been good. I enjoy War of the Bounty Hunters. Luckily, I did get into that one late, but in the back issues, I was able to find number 1 and a second print number 2, which was okay. It got me into the story, and I was able to read it from there, and it's been good. Now I'm missing number 11 in my run, so until I find that, I picked them up after that. I got 12, 13, 14, but they're just kind of sitting there until I get number 11, and I can get that one read. But I'm going to give this one a shot. It looks great. I'm interested to see what this character is all about. Yeah, so give that one a shot. Jabba the Hutt. This one here, I'm not reading the story, but if my memory serves me correct, there's supposed to be a new character in this one, and I could be completely wrong. You can fact check me on that. It's Marvel Action Spider-Man number 4. You can find this in the kids section, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me. I'll pick it up if something is happening in that book. So that's what I think is going on there, and that's why I grabbed that. The next one here, Radiant Black. I really been enjoying this one as well. New superhero from Image, Radiant Black. It's been really enjoyable. I like the powers. The powers are different, and the story seems to be very exciting, taking twists and turns along the way. So I'm interested to see where this one goes as well. All right. And then we got Legends of the Dark Knight #3. I just think this cover's so cool. All of them have been really cool so far, and this has been a really great read. Again, I don't have too much to say about the inner workings of who writes it, who the artist is, but I do enjoy this book. So this next one here, I jumped on a little bit late. I want to say issue number 78 or 79. It's Nightwing, but ever since I did, I have been really enjoying the story. I think I jumped on because there was a new character, and I don't remember for the life of me. My memory's horrible. My wife will tell you that. But this story has been really good. I enjoyed the art. I enjoyed the layout of the comic, how they kind of portray him jumping from, the one rooftop to the next and stuff like that. Just the layout, it's really cool. It's really different. And things that are different like that, it's not the same as everything else. That's tend to what I enjoy and what I go for. So Nightwing has been a strong one on my list. I almost got the second print of 81, I believe, just because I like the blue contrasted with the yellow with Robin in there. It was pretty neat, but I'm gonna see how that one goes, to be honest. If there's a bump in value there, I will pick it up. If not, I'll just kind of let it go. This next one here, and I've been enjoying this series as well. This is Phage #1. I like Absolute Carnage and Scream. I thought they were really great. The art's really good in this. The stories are exciting. They're action-packed. Again, I don't know nothing about nothing, but Phage, I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. I know there's a lot of cool covers out for these, but I just went with good old cover A. When in doubt, I grabbed cover A. This one here, Philadelphia, I've been enjoying this one as well. I didn't jump on this one when people were recommending it to me at the beginning. I got in a little bit late, but the story's been really good. I just didn't see how they were going to be able to continue to make this such a long series, and I think they've been doing a really good job. They made it work. We're at number 15 now, and it's been enjoyable the whole way. The last couple of covers, I really like that different. It's like a white background with, it's kind of like an ink blot or like a watermark style. I don't know, but it was really cool, and I liked it. So again, mostly the art, and once I read the stories, if that's what gets me, that's what gets me. Until I start to learn other stuff, all these artists and writers. But I'm getting there. All right, so this next stack here those are the new comics that came out. Those are all the new issues that came out this week. And then I usually shop around for any back issues or speculation and try to pick up a couple books that I know have come up a little bit in value. Not too much, maybe like $12 or something like that, $18, or that I think is going to come up in value. And I hunt for those in the back issues in the comic shop, stuff that I think people missed and kind of skipped over. Now, a lot of this stuff I do find on Key Collector, so shout out to them. But I'll go on there and I'll do my research. So I'll go on for the previous week, the keys of that week, or the new issues coming out. See if anything had bumped up in value. Kind of verify that on eBay. I'll go over to eBay, see if there really is an increase in value, and I'll put that on my to keep an eye out for list. So when I go into the store, I, for the most part, know what new comic books I'm going to get, but some of the times the covers just kind of speak to me and I have to get it. Other times then, I go in and I'm looking for these back issues or these spec books that I know are still sitting on the shelf. That this first one I'm going to show you, like this one that have been optioned, or you hear has possibly been optioned, Chariot #1. Now this is the main cover, which is a little disappointing, at least for me anyway. I do like cover A. but I just keep an eye out for stuff like this. And I know there's another cover or two of this one sitting back there, and this one's maybe up to $10, but you buy this for cover price, so it's $3.99, and you know, already there's at least $5 of added value in this book. So it's just a no-brainer, and that's how I found, again, I come from an investing background into this, but I stayed because I really do enjoy the comics. I just need to learn about them and everybody involved. But so my number one is the investment portion of that. So to me, if I could buy a book for cover value, know that this is what I could turn around. Now, I'm not a flipper by any means. I'm an investor, so I don't plan on flipping these books. I plan on grabbing them, holding on to them, and maybe somewhere down the line, you know, getting rid of them. But unless I have a good reason to, I thought to myself, maybe in the future I will have all these books and I could just retire and sell my collection off, and just live off of that. And I'll be reading new stuff and collecting along the way, but maybe at that point, that's when I'll consider selling everything off. But for now, I'm not a flipper. So even if I know I could sell this for $5 more than I bought it, I'm not there. So I got Chariot because it's been optioned, or at least that's what I think I heard. Again, my memory is crap. So I got Chariot there. This one is on fire right now. So Stray Dogs, I have been picking up all the Stray Dogs I can pick up right now. One, because yes, there's a lot of hype around it. It's very hot. Number two, I do enjoy the book and I enjoy the covers. And when I first picked this book up, I thought it was very childish. And when I started reading it, I'm like, maybe my daughter should be reading this. I don't know, maybe not me. But I stuck with it. I got to the end and I'm like, okay, this is definitely interesting. It's a twist, a little bit of horror there. I did like it. I do like scary movies, so that was right up my alley. And it just ended up turning into something great. And by the end of it, the dogs are looking out for one another. They're getting hit on the road to save each other. And it was kind of a heartfelt moment in my eyes. So this book has it all. So I've been looking for all those horror variant covers. And luckily, I was able to pick some of those up in my shop. There were some left over. It was crazy. So I grabbed as many of those as I could. I grabbed, I think, one set of the second print for all issues because they're sitting there. I know there's a couple second prints still sitting there. But then I definitely grabbed the first print because it's only a 5-issue series. So the first print, you only have 1 through 5 and that's it. So I know number 3s, they're going for more than cover price. I'm not too sure. But again, it's just, you pick it up and it's already worth more than what you just paid for it. So it's a no-brainer. Stray Dogs, if there's any sitting there, pick them up. This one I've been looking for a little bit. I was on eBay perusing, but I didn't like the prices, so I just kind of held off until I could find it. So this is Batman 102, the first appearance of Ghostmaker. I think he's a cool character. I see him a lot in the secondary stories of Batman, and I just feel like it's definitely a spec. Maybe they'll do something with him, maybe not. But I think he's a cool character. We'll just see how it goes from there. But I do like this cover too. So even if nothing happens with Ghostmaker, I at least have a part of the series. And again, I just enjoy this cover. So all right. So again, back to one of my favorites, Spawn. This is Spawn 308. I really like this cover. So Spawn's a little different for me. I am trying to collect the Spawn run. I'm good up to about 150, and then from 150 to 300, it's very vast. There's really nothing in there. There's 1 or 2 issues, but I'm missing a whole lot. So even a little bit after 300, I only think I started collecting maybe around 310, which wasn't that long ago. It just wasn't on my radar, and I was still trying to figure out what I really liked inside the comic shop. So now I'm trying to get all those issues that I missed, and I know I have a long way to go, and it's going to hurt my wallet along the way. Those issues get a little expensive in the 30s and 50s, and even more than that. So this one, cover price $2.99, issue 308. He has 2 short boxes, my LCS, in his shop. I don't think anybody ever goes through them. I'm gonna have to, one of my next shows, my next episodes, I'm gonna have to grab one of the issues that I found. I think it was I want to say 284, but it was like $10, and I went on eBay and it's selling for over 30. So I don't think people care too much about Spawn in my local area, so that's great for me. Spawn 308, I like that one. And then I got Spawn 306, and I know he has a couple in the 300s. 300 to maybe 310. But I'm doing more research to find out what I need and what I want, what's worth money. But this is cover B, and 306 I believe is the first appearance of Raptor, and that's starting to become a hot one. 306, if you check that out, I believe there's starting to be some hype around that. I mean, along the Spawn collectors, not everybody, but 306, that one's definitely worth some money. Again, $2.99 cover price, so I think that was a steal, if you ask me. And then this next one, again, Key Collector, they're saying there's an increase in buys on this one, and I do like this cover too. Now, this is Joker number 2, the second print, and what I like about that is Joker number 2 is the first appearance of Bane's sister or daughter or whatever. I forget, this lady right here, but the second print, again, I'm horrible with information. The second print, it actually has her on the cover, and I think this cover is really cool. And I know that shop has maybe 3 or 4 more of these sitting there, and I wouldn't buy all of them off the shelf. That's just not who I am. I'd rather, you know, I know there's people that are more into comics than I am for just the comics, not the investment, not the flipping, nothing. They just love comics. They love reading comics. They love everything about comics. So to be honest, I would rather take my one and leave the rest there for people that really enjoy comics. I just think that's what makes me feel good. I'll do my part, but I'm not going to be stingy and greedy and swipe everything off the shelf so there's nothing left for the people that actually like it. But I'll take a little piece for myself, and I'm okay with that. So that's what I have. If you have any comments, I'm totally open to being roasted in my comics for, or in my comments, not my comics, for how well or how bad this video went. I try to have a sense of humor, not take my life too seriously. I think you need to laugh and do things that you enjoy to do. So I enjoy comics. I'm starting this channel because I enjoy comics more than I enjoy my job. So hopefully this goes somewhere. I'm going to continue this every week. Again, if you liked it, leave a comment down at the bottom. I'm going to try and respond to everybody. I know it's going to be a lot of people responding for this first video here, so I'll do my best. But no, I appreciate the support. So far, it's been a very supportive community. Everybody seems to want to help everybody out, and that's another reason why I like comics. I went to the comic shop the first time, and the people in there were so nice. Zero judgment whatsoever, and I thought, this is great. You know, I could really get into this because the world, there's a lot of negativity out there, so comics just seems to bring people together for all the right reasons. So I really like that about comics as well. So thank you for joining, thank you for supporting. Leave a comment in the section below, and I appreciate it, and I'll see you next week.